Welcome back to Sweet Tea Hot Topics with Rashika. Happy Monday. Hope you had a fantastic weekend. We have got to just get right into it with the women that I am feeling. I typically am not really feeling and agreeing with a lot of the things that the women are doing on the Housewives. But here lately, I've had a change of heart for a few people. I'm now agreeing with a few of the women, and I think this is looking really good. Kyle is one that I have had a change of heart for, okay? And I gotta tell you, it is specifically because being married for almost 30 years, I can relate when she starts talking about the fact that, she's been married for a while and now she's working on herself. And it feels like that Mauricio is, kind of all about his job. So, okay, when you start getting a little older and you're evolving, doesn't mean you're old, but you're evolving and you've been mom forever, ever, and ever, and ever. And the children are more independent. Your children are moving out, they're moving on, they're getting married. You want to spend a little bit more time with the hubs, okay? And I always think and I always tell women that speak to not be afraid, to speak up. Just say it, okay? You may have to say it once, you may even have to say it twice, but say it, okay? Let the hubs know that you want more time with him. Let the hubs know that you want him to do more stuff that you do and that you enjoy, okay? But it looks like to me, because you guys remember in the very beginning, I was saying it feels really awkward at the way things are coming out, and I wanted to hear things from the horse's mouth and that sort of thing. Well, I can kind of see now where she is coming from because, Mauricio is still opening up businesses. And men, I get it. I get it. Your life and your second wife and your second group of children is really your career. I get it. But what you're going to have to understand is when she starts asking for more of you, you're going to have to give her more of you, okay? So she don't have to want to be by herself or she just want to be with somebody else. So I'm feeling Kyle on this. I'm also feeling Kyle now and having a change of heart because remember when I was saying, I don't get me wrong, I still want them to work out. But remember when I was saying I always want a couple to work out whenever, we haven't seen a lot of things out in public of them, when it comes to infidelity and just crazy stuff, right? But here lately, Mauricio has been, he's been coming up in some scenarios and some situations with some other women. Now, the other one, he did come out and he did, give some clarity about what was going on. Okay. When with the Dancing with the Stars young lady and, the little affection that they showed or whatever. Okay. So yes, I'm not down with any kind of affection, okay? If the hubs is going to be hugging anybody, it needs to be his mom or his, aunties or my mom. But just out in public, just hugging on women all the time, it's a no for me. I don't accept it. Some people call some things platonic and friendly. I call some things whatever I think that it is, okay? So like whatever you may call cool, I may call disrespectful, okay? So, and also it can become a bit embarrassing for the female. So I don't know if married women consider this or think about this whenever they, kind of get together and have a little chitter chatter, like, I don't even know why it matters. And so what you're trying to say is they can't be in a room together. That is really not what a married woman is saying. What you don't understand is like when a certain man is in a certain position, like Mauricio and like my hubs, they cannot be all up in women's faces because then the streets start talking, okay? And the streets are only talking because you're the one that's doing all of the, giving them something to talk about, okay? So you gotta kind of navigate a little bit differently when you are in a relationship. Some people just down with whatever. I'm not. Apparently Kyle is not because the streets are talking again when it comes to Kyle. And not Kyle, excuse me, when it comes to Mauricio. He has been seen yet again with this unnamed person. And, I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt because I was like, it's Dancing with the Stars. So obviously they're going to be together. And maybe somebody just caught a snapshot. But it's come up again. And then when he and PK got together and had their little, little get together, outing, whatever. And PK was kind of getting, he wanted to get Mauricio's side on how he felt about, things that have been coming out in the drama, and how is he dealing with, things in his relationship. Kyle was why do I want to keep saying Kyle? Mauricio was a little bit nonchalant. He was more like, what I try to do is just ignore it. So now you guys see why I have a change of heart when it comes to Kyle and the drama that has been around the relationship. You never, ever, 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 you never, ever, ever want to be recorded. You never want to be saying. You never want it out there or anywhere where you literally just say, how do you feel about what's going on with you and your wife or whatever? And then you just say, I just kind of ignore it, because now it puts the light really around what Kyle has been saying. It really sounds like she wants more of you, Mauricio. She wants more of your time. She doesn't want to show up to all of your events and galas, whatever. Some people say them differently. I know, that's me. My husband has these things too. And there are certain things that the wife need to be there and support. But we don't always want to be with these crazy people. We don't know them. You guys get together and you guys talk. We don't know anything about the people. Sometimes we like it, sometimes we don't. And if we've been doing it for 100 years, we don't want to do that anymore, okay? Or as the lady said as Sweet Tea said on Married to Medicine, no more, okay? We don't want to do it no more with y'all, okay? We want y'all to do some of the crazy stuff that we like. So whenever I heard him say, I just ignore it, I was like, That's my pet peeve. I'm going to go ahead and put it out there. Don't ever, 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 don't know where that came from. Don't ever ignore me. Because basically what you're saying is your feelings are invalid, okay? I don't like Kyle feeling invalid. She's not the best of one of my housewives. I do really like her, okay? But I don't want her to be ignored. I really still believe that her feelings are valid, even if she's going through some things. But what I really think is very powerful for the Kyle is that she is working on herself inside out. And I really do appreciate the fact that she's not drinking and she's working out. I love it. I like it, because a lot of times we just got to let go of some stuff, okay? When we're dealing with some stuff, so we can have a clearer head. So ladies, y'all don't come at her when it comes to that, okay? Leave her alone. Okay, so she's not the only person that I'm feeling and that I have had a change of heart for, okay? It has to be Robin on Real Housewives of Potomac, okay? At first, I was like, what is wrong with Robin? All the girls got together, had a little kiki with her to kind of reel her back in. And they were like, that is a forget Juan kind of moment, because he's now been seen with the lady going to get her nails done. And she was like, I know, and I told him that the block was hot, okay? Okay, that little kiki when they all got together. Well, Robin is pretty fed up with it. Now Robin is like, we've been at this for a while, and I'm gonna need you guys to mind your own business, because what's gonna happen between my husband and I, Juan and I, is going to happen between my husband and I. So I need you guys to stay out of it, okay? Because she's like, what do y'all want me to do? You know what I'm saying? This is the stuff that he's okay with, and if I'm okay with it, you guys should be okay with it. But I'm kind of like the girls, I'm a girl's girl, I'm that friend that's going to be like, okay, look, I see what's going down. I love you. So I'm just going to say how I feel about it, because I'm looking out for you. Okay. But if the girlfriend comes to me and say, I'm cool with it, then I guess I got to be cool with it. But it just doesn't look good. See, that's where I go back to what I was saying about Kyle. It's not a good look when your man is being seen with everybody, and everybody knows who he is. They know who he is. Everybody know that's Robin's Juan. Okay, so Robin is like, but I'm sick of hearing it. And I guess she has come to the realization that Juan is going to do what Juan is going to do. But you know what's interesting to me? In most cases, women, you know I am not telling a lie when I tell you this. In most cases, when women just kind of be like, it's okay. I don't care anymore. I'm cool with it. I'm fine. It's not a big deal. It makes me wonder. Where's her head? Because she could just be saying that to us in public, but behind closed doors, she might be like, I ain't done. Okay. But I don't know if I gotta shut it down with this one. I don't know if I am on Sweet Tea's side from Real Housewives. I'm sorry, Married to Medicine. I don't know. I guess I did some watching, honey. I did some watching this weekend. And I don't know what I'm feeling about Sweet Tea, because it sounds like that Miss Quad was telling the truth about how Craig was. Is it Greg? Greg, my bad. How Greg was, when she talked about how he was controlling and how he was like, I spend all the money for everything. It sounds like Sweet Tea. I'm agreeing with Dr. Heavenly on this one. It really sounds like Sweet Tea has stepped into some bad poo-poo, okay, with this whole relationship of it all. And what is really bothering me with this whole situation of it all is that when Dr. Heavenly asked her, so what are you going to do about Greg and all of his shenanigans? She was like, I guess we'll figure it out after they get married. And I'm like, girl, hold up. Whenever that red flag is like, I need you to go ahead and say, I see it. I see all of the flags. I see all of them. And don't go and put all your money and all your hard work into this wedding, because after the wedding is when the real deal starts, okay? And it sounds like to me, Sweet Tea, that I think that you may be looking for the wedding of it all, because the stuff that you were saying when he said that he put in security cameras because you always forget to set the alarm, and then he came back and lied to you and said that there were some intruders with guns. I'm like, you know what? You really don't want to start your relationship off with lies and deceit and crazy stuff. And then I'm telling you, it's the controlling for me. It's the control, that controlling type of mentality and personality. It can spill over to some crazy stuff. And so I'm like, if you see this already, and you know this already, and Quad has said this already, it's footage of Quad actually talking about this kind of stuff, and then you just move on and marry Greg, it's not gonna be good for you. So, I like to wish people luck whenever they're getting married. I like to say that I hope things work out. But in this case, I am not on Sweet Tea's side, honey. I'm like, honey, the flags are waving. They are whisking and wisping and all the wonderful stuff. You can see them in the wind, honey. They are that deep color red when you see it. And you still like, you know what? I think I'm going to go ahead with it. So, the ladies have really been giving it these last couple episodes. They've been giving it, and I've been really glad at what they've been giving me. But I'm really, really glad to see a different outlook on Kyle, because that one was kind of worrying me, though I did not believe it was a storyline. I try to give every married woman the benefit of the doubt. But I need Sweet Tea to make sure she come back and watch Sweet Tea Hot Topics with Rashika. Make sure you do that as well. And always, don't forget, like, share, and subscribe, because I'm going to be here for you, okay?